Hello, everybody, and happy Halloween.
Woo!
Welcome to this week's edition of Mr. J's Geek Corner. Place we talk about anything and everything that is geek. Will be TV, comics, movies, and video games. And as y'all know, today is Halloween. And time for having fun, dressing up in costumes like we've done, and just having a good time. And one.
Oh, the first time it don't do anything, and I'm just like, okay, is it going to do anything or not? Like crinkle, crinkle, and then there it goes.
Oh, and another big thing everybody will be doing this year is always watching horror movies, watching scary movies in the dark, and we sat down and we mulled through all of our favorites, and we've come up with a list of our favorite horror and monster movies. And you want to start, or you want me to start?
I'm going to start by getting me some air. I cannot breathe in there.
like Dark Helmet.
Oh, yeah.
Like Dark Helmet and Spaceballs. I can't breathe in this thing!
And I'm just going to sit here like this, like I got a welding helmet on or something.
I'm going to get your glasses
No,
so you can read.
I'm good.
Okay, you want to start with your favorite?
Maybe I do need glasses.
Okay.
I can't see nothing.
Part here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully this thing does not attack me while I'm... Okay, I look like some... Yeah. I've got arm impairment going on over here with this.
Yeah, this is the source of the sound effect.
Yeah. Let's see. Are you going from 5 to 1?
Yeah.
Okay. The first one that I put on here was Alien vs. Predator Requiem.
Which is a great movie, by the way. It's a great movie, by the way.
Yeah. I just like the movie. That's all I can really say about it.
Yeah, it is a really great movie. If you haven't seen it, go see it. I mean, to me right now, it's probably one of the best Alien/Predator AVP movies that there is right now out. And to me, it's very underrated. I mean, it's very, very underrated. I think, and to tell you the truth, I think it came out in a bad time of the year. I mean, you don't put that kind of movie out around Christmas. That's usually kind of time of the year where you usually put out.
Unless you're me and that's how you would celebrate Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Number 5 on my list is one of her favorites, Dawn of the Dead, and I'll specify both of them. I like the original. I didn't see the original until after I saw the remake. And to me, both of them are good. Which one do you like better?
I don't really have a preference, I don't think.
You like both of them too?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it for the guy who directed movies like Man of Steel and 300. He made a pretty horrifying, twisted horror movie, particularly a zombie movie.
What a twist!
He did a pretty good job. I mean, he really did do a good job with it. And as to the original, it's right up there in the same vein as Night of the Living Dead. It's really good. We both enjoy both of them.
Yeah.
And you want
to? My number 4 was Hellraiser. Even though this is in no particular order anyway, but whatever. Yeah. I feel like I have nothing to say to anything right now for some reason. I don't know. I just like the movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
and confession, we have never seen the first Hellraiser.
You ain't.
Well, okay.
I've seen it.
You've seen it?
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen.
We don't have it on DVD. That's why he hasn't seen it. But
yeah, it's like pulling teeth to find that thing.
Yeah, you can find everything else except that.
Yeah, we've got DVDs like what 2 through 7 or something like that.
I think it's got all of them, but that one.
It's got all but the first one
Yeah.
and the newest one that came
Yeah.
out. It wasn't played by the guy who played Pinhead in the other one.
Yeah.
But I'll say I actually like the first few.
And don't forget the which one was it? The one that had Henry Cavill in it.
Yeah. If you wanted to play 6 Degrees of Superman, there is one of the Hellraisers that ties into Superman that Henry Cavill's one of his first parts was as a murder victim in Hellraiser.
Yeah, it's more like 6 Degrees of Are You Flipping Kidding Me?
Yeah, I didn't even know.
I didn't know it was in that, and I'm like, what the heck? Because that was before we were looking at that before Man of Steel came out.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Like, is that dude?
Yeah, that guy plays Superman.
It's the dude.
Oh, that was weird.
Yeah, but I mean, what I was gonna say, mostly what I like in the franchise, whatever, I like the costumes. Well, I say costumes, but you know what I mean.
I like the puzzle box.
You know,
I just find I find any mystical object in a movie, particularly like that, that unleashes some kind of powerful force, particularly interesting.
Yeah.
And that's probably one of the best things I like about the puzzle box.
But I think that's the reason. Can I do English today? I don't think I can. That's one of the main reasons I like the movies anyway. Is the costumes of the Cenobites and everything, because just flipping awesome. And when I was a kid, I wanted to get into like special effects, makeup, and costume design and stuff like that. And I just always thought it was cool. I was like, crap, that's awesome. And you know, can't go wrong with black.
Yeah, exactly. Black goes with about everything.
Black does go with everything.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
I said.
But yeah.
I feel like when I pull this mask back, I got like a weird hairdo going or something. Weird. And it's kind of lopsided at the moment. Y'all fix my hair. Anyway.
it's all, they're all pretty good. They're all right good. I'm yet to see the first one, so hopefully it's good.
It is good.
Yeah. We're going to have to get it on DVD one of these days. We're going to find it. Number 4 on my list is probably an unusual pick. More in the monster movie category with a touch of horror in it. And a lot of folks thinking, why'd you pick this? But I just like it. And that's Cloverfield. And to me, that is exactly what a giant monster attack would look like from a little camcorder point of view.
Yeah.
That's what the average person would see if a giant monster come lumbering out of the sea.
And they were going to record the entire time.
Yeah. Longest battery life ever.
Yeah.
But
like, wow, y'all got some really a lot of power sources going on that we're not seeing anything about here.
Yeah. But
multiple batteries.
That's what's so creepy about it. That's what a giant monster attack would look like. Mm-hmm. Even if you didn't have a camera. Yeah. That's what it would look like.
I think I can speak for both of us when I say that we both really enjoy the found footage type of horror movies or whatever. I mean, any movie really that they do that with, it seems more interesting. It's more attention grabbing than just the way they normally do it.
Third person view. Like you ain't observing everything. You're just seeing one point of view, and that's what makes it even creepier. Is that you're just seeing it from like this has already happened, and you're just seeing what's happened to these people.
Yeah. There was some movie lately. I don't remember what it was when we were looking at a video that was like a first person movie that we weren't you wouldn't expect it to be that. Wasn't it like from the killer's perspective or something? Like they were going around like with a camcorder or something. I can't remember what it was now. It's gonna bug me. But
I think it was something like that. I'm
gonna have to look that up.
I think it was a trailer right before AVP Requiem, actually.
No, I'm talking about a new movie. This was a new movie.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't remember what it was. It seems like it was on some like top 10 something or other or something like that. I can't remember what it was though.
Yeah, I can't.
Maybe I'm dreaming, and you never know. But anyway, I'll look it up. But
yeah,
it seemed neat because it was neat because you're seeing it from the killer's perspective, even when he or she is like slaughtering people or whatever. I mean, you're still seeing what's going on, and it's like, it's giving a different perspective on it than you normally see.
I mean, that is definitely something. I mean, there's a lot of folks that really are doing it about like the zombie movies.
Yeah.
And they're about overdoing it, and yet at the same time, it's still interesting.
Yeah.
Because they bring up a variety of things, whether it be aliens or serial killers or demons or giant monsters.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it brings so much more to it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why Cloverfield's so good, because it just brings a whole new level of horror to the movie, and that you are seeing this thing wreak havoc through the eyes of a civilian.
Yeah.
I mean, I
can tell you a really interesting twist they could put on that.
What is it?
Well, if they had a smaller one, because that would probably make it easier. If they had it from the monster's perspective.
That would be interesting.
Because if you got, like, Clover way to flip several stories high, that's going to be a little inconvenient.
Like from the like a predatory animal point of view, because he was eating people.
Well, here's an interesting thing. If they did, like, an Alien movie or a Predator movie and do it from their perspective,
that would be interesting.
That would be really cool.
That'd be really interesting. I mean, the whole thing would be in, like, reds
or you could switch back and forth and have it be from Predator's perspective or Alien. You like switch back and forth, and then you like see like the red thing going on and all little beat boot whatever. Beat boot. But I mean, it would be neat because you would know who you were seeing, whose perspective you're seeing from.
I mean,
take notes, people.
One thing they have never really showed is, they've done stuff from the Predator perspective before, like in all the Predator movies, actually.
Yeah.
A lot of them have been from Predator's perspective, but one thing they've never done is you see the movie through the eyes of the xenomorph.
Yeah.
I've never seen that, and I don't think anybody else has ever seen that. I think the closest they were going to do something in one of these movies was AVP Requiem with the Predalien. Was supposed to have like a Predalien vision type thing, and they just never did that.
Here is another interesting way they could do that. If they made like a theatrical version, this is a huge standard, sorry, and had it kind of go back and forth, kind of like when you're switching perspectives in movies anyway, and have it like Predator part of the time, Alien part of the time, and then kind of third person, I guess, the rest of the time. But then have like two special editions where one is completely Predator perspective and the other one is completely Alien perspective.
Very interesting.
Now that will take some Monet. Gotta get
Fox, get on it.
Yeah, get on it.
Get on that. Next one on your list.
What number are we on? 3.
Number 3.
Number 3 on my list is Silent Hill. I'm talking about the first one, the original first one. You know what I mean. I don't get scared by movies easily, and one thing that freaks me out worse than anything else is being chased by anything. If I'm having a dream, or actually that would be a nightmare at that point, or whatever it is, it freaks me out really bad. And there's a lot of instances of that in the movie, and especially, what is that part that freaks me out so bad? The one with like the little, for lack of a better way of saying it, crispy kids, that's like chasing the main character through the fence and the fences and everything. And it's like they almost catch her and then they just kind of die away in the sunlight. That always flipped me out really bad. Flip me out, freak me out, whatever. I was out, whatever. Gotta fix my hair.
Oh,
sorry. Sorry, not sorry. But that part of that movie always freaked me out really bad. And I mean, I just like the CG in the movie. When I cannot remember character names. Thank you, brain. Anyway, the evil little girl whose name I can't remember right now for the life of me. When she comes up from the basement of the building and she's just like hanging there with the hospital bed and all that stuff's going on, the character just hanging there, and all that barbed wire and all that stuff going all over the place. That was just flipping awesome. It kind of had kind of like a Hellraiser-y, that ain't a word, but whatever, vibe to me is why I like that part, I guess. But I just like grungy, grungy looking movies and monsters that are not conventional. And I mean, I know they're kind of going by, the video games, but I just like the way that they brought that to life. Okay, I'm done yapping now.
It was a really good movie. I actually got to see it myself. It was really, really good. It's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth checking out.
Yeah.
Number 3 on my list is one that she don't particularly find scary, but I can't watch it at night. And it's definitely a classic in a lot of people's books.
Oh yeah.
Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the one single movie that single-handedly launched the zombie genre, and it led to stuff and ones like Resident Evil and stories like Blackest Night and everything.
Yeah.
To me, there's a lot of folks that would definitely not find it creepy or scary by today's standards, but to me, there was a few times I watched it and I just didn't like particularly watching it at night, even with the lights on. I ain't particularly like watching it at night because it just gave me the creeps. I mean, the mood, the music.
I could literally have that on and sleep to it, and it would not even bother me at all.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all.
But it was. I mean, it probably doesn't as much as it used to. But the first few times I actually saw it all the way through, not picked apart by a certain show's version, but just the original unedited version. It just the mood and everything. It just creeps me out.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Yeah.
I was doing that yesterday.
Yeah, I could do a pretty good impersonation of the guy who said that line. They're coming to get you, Barbara. But it's still, despite the creep factor, I mean, it does what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to creep you out. It's supposed to horrify you. It's really good. It's one of my favorite zombie movies ever.
Yeah.
Definitely one of my favorites.
I'm not saying I don't love it or anything like that. I'm just saying it doesn't scare me at all. At all.
Yeah. She can vouch for it. It has creeped me out a few times.
A few.
Yeah. Sometimes I expect to hear hitting on the side of the house and moaning from the outside.
Yeah.
It just.
Now I know what to do for April Fool's Day. I'm kidding.
Don't even go there.
I'm kidding.
Either way, anyway, it's a classic definitely worth checking out.
Yeah.
And number 2 on our list number 2 on the list is actually number 2 on both our lists.
Dun, dun, dun.
On mine, it's the entire Paranormal Activity series, and on her list, it's
the third one and the marked ones. And I know a lot of people hate that one for some weird reason. I don't know why.
I don't know why. It creeps me out too.
Yeah.
There's a lot about it. A lot about the entire series that creeps me out, like the bumping and everything. It seems it's because it just seems very, very real.
Yeah. The third one, I like that one the best of all of it. Well, it kind of ties with the marked ones for me, but of the main series anyway, I like that one the best because you're seeing how everything started.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like everything's like coming together, and you're understanding better of what the flip's going on in the first two. what you're not getting in the first two, and it's like, oh, that's what's going on. And I mean, it's I just like when they explain what's going on instead of in the dark. But what were you gonna say?
You go ahead.
The Martin ones, I just like that because it was like a fresh take on the whole thing anyway. And also, you don't see very many like teen, young people oriented movies that somebody does not act like
your average sexed up teen movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say something else, but
just
I'm not gonna say that.
It's just,
you can figure it out.
They're not acting like jerks. They're actually acting like decent people.
Yeah, I mean there's some going on in there that's sexual in nature, and there's well, I'm gonna go ahead and say there is a naked person in there, but there is a point to what's going on.
Yeah,
it's not like gratuitous. Yeah. I mean, there is a point, and there's a reason behind it. Instead of like, here's a naked person. Yeah. You know.
Be advised, this is not a movie for kids. None of these are.
No, well,
maybe Cloverfield to an extent.
I hope they can figure that out, but yeah.
But none of this is for kids.
No.
Except for maybe number one on my list, but that's to be discussed later. It to me is just, I mean, I like Mark ones too. And particularly the most creepy part of the whole movie is when the guy's stuck in the basement and he comes face to face with the demon.
Yeah.
Though you don't see any facial features, you know what's coming at him, and you know what bursts through the thing and takes him over.
Yeah.
You see it happen.
Yeah. I liked close to the end where the kid who is possessed, or whatever clip you want to call it, it's like he burst through in the living room of his family's apartment. It's just like, and like everything goes flying and lights exploding. And I mean, it's just cool.
Yeah, it's kind of a Nightcrawler-ish effect. Yeah. That you see like he disappears, but you start seeing a certain point of the living room start to twist and warp, and then all of a sudden, bow! There he is, floating in midair, causing things to fly all over the place.
Yeah. That, and at the very end, and I'm going ahead and spoil it for you, so probably spoiler alert on the description. But at the end, where the friend of the main character finds the doorway that's in the book that they find, and it's like, oh, that's the doorway. You know. Something bad's gonna happen. Well, you already know something bad's gonna happen, but
it's paranormal activity. Yeah, something bad always happens.
But it's like just like smack you right in the face. With all of a sudden, like, oh, that's the door, and then he goes through the door, and like it's like the whole
goes
through the time warp or whatever you want to say, and it's like all of a sudden you don't know what's going on, and then.
He walks into the living room of the house he's in, and they're like,
in the first movie, into the kitchen from the first movie.
They basically walk into the end of the first movie.
Yeah. But,
and as for who the mystery woman that picks up the camera is, that's still up for debate between us.
I just think it's just one of the coven members or whatever, but
I think it's the mother of the two girls that the main other movie focused around.
He's convinced that's who it is, but I don't.
Because it looks like her.
It don't look like her to me, but anyway. But I just like at the very end of that, because it's just like everything comes together, but yet you end up with a really bad headache. I guess. I mean, it's just interesting the way they bring it all together, and like it gives you more questions that need answering than it does answering the questions, but it's giving you something to look forward to.
Yeah, definitely. I personally cannot wait for Paranormal Activity 6 to come out.
That'll be 5.
5?
Am I numbering wrong again?
No, it is 5. You're right.
5.
You're right. I'm mixing it up with the Mark ones.
Yeah.
But
that's
Paranormal
like
Activity 5. Yeah. But I personally cannot
Yeah.
wait for the next Paranormal Activity
Yeah,
movie.
me neither.
I cannot wait to
Keep
see where
pushing it back.
Yeah,
Why?
it was supposed to come out just a few days ago,
Yeah.
but like a month or so ahead of time, they pushed it back to like what was it?
Next year, sometime.
Sometime next year, like January or something.
Yeah, January, February, somewhere in there. I think
Mhm.
maybe even March. I'm
Yeah.
like, no.
Yeah, I wish they quit pushing it back. I personally want to see it. We
Yeah.
both want to
Yeah,
see
I
it.
want to see it.
I want to see what happens to this.
That's it.
And I don't know when they're going to wrap up the series,
Yeah.
but I would love to see how all this comes to a conclusion down the
Yeah.
line.
I think one thing without a doubt, or at least with me, I think you agree with me on this, the worst one was number 4.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure just about with everybody, the worst one was number 4.
Yeah. The end was the best part.
Yeah.
The ending was the best part because it kind of ties into the one that comes, the Mark ones, which came after that.
Yeah. I think they could have done that differently, and it would have been better. I mean, you get some questions answered, and it's interesting. It's just not on par with the other ones.
Yeah. It's definitely not the same quality as 1 through 3.
No.
But it's okay, but it's not a good anymore.
Yeah.
Now we're finally down to number 1. Number 1. Yeah, your number 1.
My number my number 1 was Saul.
Which one? Of the entire franchise?
I honestly, I don't know what to tell you about that. I like them all.
Except for one you haven't seen yet.
The one that I never finished was the last one in the series, franchise, whatever you want to call it. But they're just awesome.
Yeah.
I like gore movies. He not so much. He's squeamish.
Yeah, I'm a little soft.
Yeah,
when it comes to
but
that.
I actually got you to watch all
All but the last one.
all 5 of the ones we have on DVD anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm surprised.
Yeah. I gave it a try.
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're good.
They're good.
They're good.
They're good until the main one you know of kind of drops out of the picture.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spoil that for you. You got to go see the movie if you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But the one that's... you might as well say
I think it's 1 and 5, probably my favorites. Unless I'm getting numbers mixed up again, which I often do. Anyway, I would probably say, besides 1, whether or not I'm getting the number wrong anyway, it's the one where right at the beginning they've got that, it's kind of like a blade on a pendulum type of thing going on. That's my favorite part in the whole flipping franchise.
I don't have a particular favorite part, but they are good. They are right good. I can't believe the first one is this year 10 years old.
Yeah.
Because it came out about this time 10 years ago. Back in 04.
Yep.
I can't believe it's that old.
I can't believe 2004 was 10 years ago.
Yeah, definitely.
As my mom would say, that's how you get old.
yeah.
And we're not old, but
Yeah.
it seems weird when you say 10 years ago, and it's like, that was just like, what was that, 2 weeks ago? That's what it feels like.
Now, number 1 on my list is definitely a classic, an all-time classic amongst monster movies, particularly giant monster movies. You might as well say the movie that started the giant monster genre as we know it, Godzilla, or as the original Japanese one is named Gojira. I mean, and it ain't just that one that's number 1. It's the original 1954 version and the new American version that came out this year. They are both just, to me, right in the same vein. I mean, they are totally awesome. I mean, there's a lot of folks that complain about this new one. It's like, oh, we didn't see Godzilla enough. You didn't hardly see Godzilla in the first one. You really didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw him.
Are these the same people that are griping because Superman killed somebody in Man of Steel?
There ain't no telling. It probably is. I mean, you can't have a movie that is non-stop monsters because you get tired of it after a while. I wouldn't personally. But think about this. In the very first Godzilla back in '54, did you see the monster in the beginning credits? No. In the beginning credits,
mostly human oriented.
Yeah. I mean, in the
most of it was about.
Yeah, in the original Japanese version.
What I'm talking on top of you, I'm sorry.
It's all right. In the original Japanese version, all it was just regular old beginning credits, and then a boat was attacked. And in this one, he just appears during some experiments in the South Pacific. He appears out of nowhere, and you see how the U.S. is trying to get rid of him from the start, and of course it doesn't work. He's Godzilla, and I mean, I think if you look at both movies, you'll see that in both those movies, you'll see Godzilla is equally as much. You'll see Godzilla as much in this movie as you did in the first one. Because, as I said, in that one's a lot of suspense and build up, and so is the one from this year.
Yeah.
I mean,
the only thing I can say, and I'm gonna run this into the ground, you've heard me say this like a million times, it feels like the one thing that I do not like about the new one, I feel like everybody was lied to because of the whole Bryan Cranston thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what was that?
Yeah, it was kind of weird that they build this whole movie around Bryan Cranston's character, and you think he's going to be in it for the whole thing, and then suddenly in the middle, and spoiler alert, just if you don't want to hear this, plug your ears. In the scene where Muto emerges from his cocoon,
bye-bye.
He gets killed.
Bye-bye Malcolm's dad.
Bye-bye Walter White.
Yep, that too.
Again.
Yep.
But,
Breaking Bad, nothing.
They broke bad.
They broke bad and said, well, we're going to do...
They broke him bad.
Yeah, we're going to go somewhere else with this.
They broke him bad.
Yeah.
He basically sustains life-threatening injuries that result in him dying off camera.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that was kind of a cheap cop-out to do that, to base the whole thing around him and then kill him, and then...
All of the trailers was like, here he is, he's going to be in all this the whole time. No.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Yeah. Instead, you end up with the guy who's going to play, with the couple who's going to play Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch in the next Avengers movie.
Yep.
As the main star, you might as well say, other than Godzilla, of course, who is the star of the movie.
Yeah.
But other than that,
you got Kick-Ass and Discount Olsen to win. I'm sorry. I will continue to say that. And I like the movie Kick-Ass. I am not hating on it at all. I did not like his character in this movie.
It wasn't that good.
It was like you could barely call it two-dimensional. It was just very. It was kind of flat.
Ken Watanabe's character in this movie was right good also.
Yeah.
As Dr. Sarazawa, a more modernized Dr. Sarazawa.
Yeah.
I mean, that was he was a good character too, because he's just looking like he seemed in awe of this creature.
Yeah.
That has basically survived supposedly millions and millions of years.
Yeah.
Billions even. What are you gonna say?
I'm just gonna say this for any movie. I don't care what movie it is. I don't care if it's an action movie, a horror movie, a slasher movie, whatever is going on. Mostly it bugs the heck out of me in a monster movie. That scene where Elizabeth Olsen is running away and she keeps looking behind her. okay, if there's a giant foot gonna make you into a puddle, I don't think it's gonna matter if he's like 2 inches behind you or what, because it ain't gonna matter.
Or he's gonna swoop, or in that case, he's gonna swoop out in the sky and peck you up.
It ain't gonna matter. Like, run
like
somewhere and not in a straight line, because, like, deviate. Come on. Get with the program. I mean, it just bugs me so bad. People don't even know how to be good prey in these movies. What's going on?
But other than just a few minute things, and it was a really good movie.
Yeah. Maybe they need to make a class called Being Prey 101 for this stuff. I don't know. I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
Watch like the Nature Channel or something. Like, I mean, even like, I know I'm tangent here, sorry, but I mean, if you watch animals when they're getting stalked or chased or whatever, they don't run in a straight line.
No.
They're
either usually faster, or they go off
to the side or run through trees, or like
run for cover.
Yeah, they run somewhere that's not like, hey, here I am. Let me get out the flares or whatever.
But I can't. I'm gonna say it. I can't wait to see Godzilla 2. Even though it is gonna be another 4 years. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what the next one is. I mean, they teased Mothra, they teased Rodan, they teased even King Ghidorah.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to see who his next opponent is. Well, if they could do it like some of the fan art I've seen, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Even Rodan,
yeah.
I would love to see both of them.
Yeah.
And hopefully, it takes place in another city of the world other than just San Francisco.
Yeah.
You don't want to stay stuck in a rut.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be good. I mean, they made Godzilla like a global thing. Make him a global thing.
Yeah, or at least countrywide, like they're stomping across the whole flipping country or something.
Yeah, because you saw what happened. Because you saw what happened with the Mutos.
Yeah.
There was one. There was one on and one in Japan and one in Nevada.
Yeah.
The one hatched out of Nevada come marching across Vegas.
Yeah, it was like, hello.
and then the big battle in Hawaii that tore up the place.
Yeah.
And then San Francisco.
Yeah.
I mean, if they cutting like miles upon miles along paths of destruction, you should definitely have it in another country.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be great to see Godzilla stomping through Tokyo, of course.
Yeah.
And but why stop there? You got all these other big names.
You got more oceans than that.
Yeah, definitely. The oceans of the world are a big place.
And we've already kind of gone. English is escaping me again. Through the whole ultimate thing, it would be awesome.
What is that?
Godzilla versus Cthulhu.
Yes. I mean, if there's any idea of what they should do for Godzilla 3, possibly Cthulhu.
That would be the end all be all of everything.
I mean, they do come from about the same place.
Well,
South Pacific. Doesn't he come from South Pacific? Ain't he from somewhere like near Hong Kong or something?
No. I think he's up near the
Scandinavia.
I think, somewhere in there, I think.
My bad. Sorry about
that. My brain. If I'm telling it wrong, my apologies. I get mixed up very easily.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But still, that would be the ultimate.
Anyway, it doesn't matter because you're going to need to move to the moon.
Yeah.
Or, well, even the moon, you're not safe there either because
he's space being.
Planetary? What is that? Interplanetary. Interplanetary. Hello.
Creature.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be a tremendous movie if they ever did that.
Yeah.
But what about y'all? What are your favorite movies? What's your favorite horror and monster movies? Any on this list your favorite? Let us know. Always drop a comment in the comment box below, and we'd love to hear from y'all.
Yep.
Love to hear what y'all have to say.
Yep.
And I guess that's all for this special Halloween edition of Mr. J's Geek Corner. And like to thank my lovely wife for joining me for this episode. It's always fun when she's and she's hiding her lovely face behind the mask. Don't know why.
I'm just gonna do this at the end.
It's always fun. It's always fun when she does. She joins me on Geek Corner. And as always, you have any comments or whatsoever about the show, drop a comment in the comment box below. Like, subscribe, share and tell with all your friends, and y'all have any ideas about things you want to hear me or both of us talk about on the show, drop a comment in the comment box. We'd love to hear. We're always looking for fresh, new topics to talk about on here and discuss on here.
Yeah.
And we'd love to hear what y'all have to say. So drop a comment. Drop your idea in the comment box. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to see your ideas. And we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
And have a happy and fun and safe Halloween on top of that. And see y'all later.